What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Big Men on Campus podcast. It's Friday, July 14th, 2018. Uh, Let me know if you can hear me here. I want to make sure my sound's working correctly. So if I can get one or two people to just say, hey, we hear you loud and clear, it's not muffled or anything, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. Hopefully everyone's having a great Friday afternoon. It's my first full day back at home. So getting back into the swing of things there. I had my cleaning lady come today. I had to run out and do some errands. So back in the swing of things. Got some capping to do, have football to start getting interested in. Once I return from the shore, generally after my birthday, I start to really get involved with football. I've been involved with football for a month or two now, but just really trying to really get like the tables turned and turn the page out of basketball into football. So hopefully you had a great Friday. We'll take a look at some things tonight, answer some questions. If you have any questions on football, basketball, soccer, whatever you want to talk about tonight, we could talk about it. I try to, keep it related to sports. But if you have a life question, you want to talk about something, just let me know. We can chat about it. Hopefully, I see a couple people out there. Hopefully, people find us here today, and they can listen in along with all of you here on a Friday. Got a lot to talk about. We'll break down a little baseball. We'll go over some plays. Summer League. We got Big Three tonight. What else do we have? Soccer over the weekend. World Cup finishes, not commences. And we'll chat about all that and more here. Summer League going well. I have a couple plays here in progress. Hopefully those finish out well today. We've done a nice job here with Summer League. Summer League's interesting because there's so much information. There's so many players. You really got to keep track. Something in my mouth. I don't know what that was. So much information to keep track of. What players are playing, what players aren't. Today is the consolation bracket, so you're dealing with teams that may be resting players. I mean, you look at today, all the teams that are currently in progress, are resting players. You look at the Knicks. Kevin Knox isn't playing. You look at for the New Orleans Pelicans, no Diallo today. No Benijay, no Nidiclina, no Trier for the Knicks, no Frank Jackson, no Dwight Colby, no any of those guys for no Blewett for the Pelicans. Then you look at the other game with the Nets, you got no Jared Allen today, no Deezen Musa, no Holiday, no TJ Leaf. So a lot of players taking days off here, but that's part of the handicap. Looking good so far with my over. Hopefully this can keep going. We're at a nice pace here so far. Knicks are up by 4, so hopefully they can keep their foot on the gas as well. We got a couple plays later as well. I'd really like to go 4-0 today. I'm always wanting to go 4-0, so hopefully that will continue. What's up, Sumner, Matthew, Best Gambler, Casey, Michael, what's up? Brian, yes, the YouTube broadcast will be back. Actually, I'm getting off YouTube ban on my other channel, so hopefully we could return back to the old one down the road here. But hopefully everyone's having a good Friday the 13th. I'll really take the show where you guys want to take it tonight. I could even look over some of the Summer League games here if you guys want. Obviously, like I said, today, consolation games. No, none of these teams are going to win this tournament. So these are all the teams that have failed to move on. I really like the Suns tonight. I just think they're a better team than the Spurs are. You'd have to figure again, though. I don't know though, because you look at Ayton last night. I mean, he didn't play particularly well. I'd imagine he wouldn't play tonight. None of those big boys will play tonight. But with the Spurs, you'd expect that their big boys won't either. So Lonnie Walker came off with an injury last night. He won't play tonight. So everything's going to even out. I think the Spurs are a better side. I actually like the backups that they have in the Summer League as far as the Suns are concerned. You look at last night, though. I mean, I thought we had a good side with the Suns in that game. They just didn't get a great night out of Bridges or DeAndre Ayton. So, those things happen sometimes. But you look at some of the backups. I mean, I definitely like Shaq Harrison a lot. I think he's played really well for them. George King, Emmett Narr, Odiasi, Alec Peters. Davon Reed's been great. I don't think we'll see him tonight, though. It'll be an interesting game. Maybe we'll see Ayton. I doubt we will. Obviously, with this being the consolation bracket. Let's get into some baseball here. We'll go over some of the games that I had a look at. Brewers and Pirates is an interesting game. Kingham against Junior Guerra. I've been a big Junior Guerra fan really since he's come into the league. He's really been fantastic his whole career. But I've gotten burned a couple times here lately on these Brewers unders. Brewers obviously have a good pitching staff. The bullpen's obviously very good. Kingham's been okay, particularly at home. So, I kind of like the under here again, but I've gotten burned so many times taking the under. It's hard for me to kind of get down on this again. Phillies Marlins, interesting. I definitely look at that game as a bit of a false flag. A false flag is basically a game that looks too good to be true and generally is. I mean, if someone can explain to me this, and this is a very much a handicapping situation you have to keep abreast of. The Philadelphia Phillies are the second highest bet game today on the card. They're the second top 10 wager on the card, yet they've dropped 15 cents and are down to 125. This does not make any sense. You have Real Muto, I believe, back. The Phillies are in a weird travel spot as well. Right before the All-Star break, no one wants to back Wei and Chen, yet the numbers dropped. Sharps are on the Marlins. I would be too if I had to play this one. We obviously, Donnie and I talked about Padres Cubs. Look, I like the total here. Look, if Tyler Chatwood doesn't walk anyone tonight and Clayton Richards shuts down a lineup that generally crushes lefties, then I'll salute. But at 8.5, I think the number's too low. Like I said, Cubs very good against left-handed pitching this year. You look at over the course of this season, I mean, they're scoring over 6 runs a game, hitting .275 against lefties. And look, Chatwood has been a complete mess. Tyler Chatwood's whip this year is 1.8 on the season. He's walked 70 batters in 79 innings. He has major control issues. If the San Diego Padres can just see some pitches tonight, I don't see a reason why they can't score 3 or 4 runs tonight. It's important that they obviously be patient at the plate. It's easier said than done. San Diego actually, look, they're not one of the more patient teams in the league. That's kind of the problem. This team's 25th in the major leagues in walks per game. They need to be patient tonight. I think Andy Green has to obviously stress that. This kid is not normally – I mean, these guys watch scouting reports. They get it. They must be patient from the plate. I think if they are, they're gonna do pretty well here tonight and score some runs. Nationals over Mets tonight. Syndergaard coming off the DL. Yeah, I'm not on that game. The Mets are just a dreadful team. I'd have no interest in ever betting on them. They're one of the worst offenses I've ever encountered. As far as getting on the Washington Nationals, just not really interested in them right now. I'm going to really grab them after the All-Star break, but up until then, I just don't have much interest. Welcome into people tuning in. I think it's cool that we're able to grab some people. Baseball's a tough time to get listeners, and I know we have a new channel. So welcome to everyone tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Get on the chat box and say hello. We can ask questions about anything. I'll take a look at some of the soccer questions. You have a basketball question, Summer League, Big Three, NBA free agency, college hoops, whatever you want to talk about, I'll try to get to it. So, yeah, I mean, over looks very good in that Cubs and Padres game. That was one Donnie and I really kind of grabbed pretty quickly here. Look, I think the Yankees, anytime you can get them at this kind of number, I think you bet them. It's one of those things where, like I said, with the over in the Cub game, if it loses, it loses. But, when I have an opportunity to get the New York Yankees at even money against a young pitcher with a bad bullpen behind him and not as good a lineup, I'm going to be interested. Domingo Herman I'm not in love with, but I think he's a guy that can give you enough. You look at his last 2 outings; he's been pretty good. Just has to keep the ball down. Give me 5 innings from Herman. I think the bullpen can rescue from there. Shane Bieber, he's been average. Last 12 innings, he's given up 8 earned runs and 17 hits. Nothing to write home about there. This game's going to be won, I think, in the second half. I don't like that bullpen ever. I mean, this Cleveland bullpen has an ERA, guys, of 5.39. I'm just disastrous this year. What's up, Lucky? What else do we have here? T. Dixon, what's happening? Kyle Hamburg, Adam, Matt, James, Francisco, what's up? I'll get to the big 3 plays. Do I like the Reds today? The Reds have come on lately, and I think we have to obviously, keep tabs on them. But I mean, I think at this price, I don't hate them. I mean, I did think there was something wrong with Carlos Martinez, but he seemed to get it going lately. I don't know that I trust Matt Harvey on the road. I think a lot of people are going to look at this game and say, "Wow, I can get Cincinnati at 150, 140ish. I'm going to take them." I mean, St. Louis has won 9 of 10 this year against the Reds. I mean, they just don't really lose to the Reds very often. If you look at over the last 3 seasons, St. Louis 29-19 against the Cincinnati Reds. Both teams, though, hitting the baseball. Could see some runs here, but I just don't trust Cincinnati's pitching. I think St. Louis is much better pitching. Martinez has really looked good lately. And as far as bullpens are concerned, I trust St. Louis is a bit more. If I was betting this game, I would take the Cardinals, but it's not a game that I'm going to be wagering on personally. Let's keep it going here. Tigers are interesting tonight. If you know me, you know I love the Tigers against a lefty. I mean, against a lefty this year, Tigers, 5 runs a game, hitting 286. But you look at this current Tiger team. They've lost 7 of 9. They're 15-32 on the road, are the Detroit Tigers this year. But they're facing a lefty. Dallas Keuchel's been nothing special all season. And I like what I've seen out of Michael Fiers. Mike Fiers has been very good lately. Last 21 innings for Fiers, 3 earned runs, a .76 whip. He's been very good. And you got to give him a little respect. But again, I mean, if I'm going to play this, it'd be Detroit plus a half run in the first 5. It's probably a game that won't win. I hate betting against Houston, but I think it's a decent spot. I mean, Fiers against you're getting a lefty for Detroit's order. Fiers has been solid. Do you love Keuchel? No. Spot that's interesting. Walker Buehler off the DL. Will he be back to the form that we saw him before the injury? I'd hope. I really like Walker Buehler. I think him and Ross Stripling with Kershaw quite a trifecta up top there for the Dodgers. So yeah, that's a pretty impressive tandem there. Do I like the Rangers tonight? Yeah, I considered it. I mean, look, Alex Cobb is just dreadful. Alex Cobb, lefties are hitting 314, righties 322. Hamels has been pretty good on the road. I guess I'd take the Rangers, but neither team is really backable. So Brian Manning, that could be a concern. A couple other ones here. I know Donnie talked about the Royals. I don't really ever want to bet them. Jeff Hoffman's laying 145 for some reason, but that's really the battle of shitheads. Christian Bergman against Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman pitching for Senzatella here. Bergman hasn't really pitched at all in the major leagues other than last year. He actually pitched one time this year against the Texas Rangers, and he threw 7 scoreless innings. So, but again, this is in Coors. I'd imagine there'll be runs in this game. This just looks like a real, crazy 9-6 type of game or something. We'll see. Do you really expect anything different here at Coors? Should be a wild one. What else do we have here? What's up, Adam? How are you? Hopefully you're well. Any other ones here that I had an eye on? It's a tough night for baseball. Not a lot of great spots, really. Bumgarner against Oakland. Edwin Jackson for Oakland. Bumgarner is picked it up lately. Started to pitch very well. But Edwin Jackson, who saw this coming? He's went 3 starts. He's got an ERA just above 2.4. So impressive start for him as well. Speaking of big three, did you hear about Charles Oakley? Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, look, when you're Charles Oakley, first of all, it's odd to hear a casino call the cops. You generally don't. That's generally a no-no unless they're very belligerent. That's why they have their own security. But they called the cops, which I found to be interesting. My guess is Charles was drunk. He got a little out of hand. He probably tried to say that he didn't do anything wrong. Look, Charles has been gambling a long time. He knows what he can and can't do. And if I was him, I would have just pretended I was stupid, didn't know how to play. And I would have said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I meant that, But he might have did it that, obvious. It just had to be discussed. But yeah, I mean, he's going to get on the exclusion list now, and he's going to be in some trouble. So nothing better than a nice cup of coffee late in the day, right? Nice little dark roast, dark magic. It's like a good drug name, right? Dark magic, blue magic. There's nothing better. Nice, crisp, vibey cup of coffee. Very rich, black. Love it. Yeah, good point. Owners must have been Brewers fans, Bulls fans. That's a good point. What's up, John? How are you, John? Good to have you from NYC. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Over seems like I play it every time. Never had blueberry coffee, but it doesn't sound too appetizing. I'm very much a straight black coffee kind of guy. How much are you going to How much are you going to charge for basketball? We're going to have a price that Donnie and I will be discussing. We'll get the information out soon. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to start, in August. We're going to start grabbing people up. We're going to get football out to you. Donnie will do NFL. We'll do college. We'll do soccer as well. Or I'll do soccer as well, and then we'll get into basketball. So it's going to be a monthly thing. You obviously want Donnie stuff as well. All right, well, it sounds good. I'm not a big – I like fruit, but I eat a lot of fruit. I eat it plain, though. I like it, just kind of in a bowl or something. I don't really want it mixed with something. I'm not into this, like, fruity kind of water and stuff. Not into that kind of thing. You got to drink coffee black. Don't need sugar. Exactly. I've never drank with anything in my coffee. I'm not into that. I don't like milk. It really hurts the flavor of the coffee. I just like it straight black. Like I like my women, actually. Let's check in on our Summer League scores here. And we'll get into overall, I mean, it's a tough card. I mean, I'm definitely going to be on that Yankee game. Definitely going to be on Cubs over 8.5. Might take a flyer out on Tigers, just against a lefty. But it's a tough night in baseball for sure. Will I be on with Gabe tonight? Yes, I will. Fuck off, Lake Shozo. I can say what the fuck I want to you here because this is my own channel. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of my room. Block his bitch ass. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Boom. I'm a sellout because I work hard as fuck and I'm asked to get paid. I'm a sellout. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a sellout. You're a fucking sellout. Go do your own work, you bum. Get out of here. Beat it. Fucking clown. You know what? I'm not going to block him. Let him say what he wants. I'm not going to block his ass. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing anymore. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I'm a sellout. Okay. Dude, I've been in this business longer than you fucking been alive, probably. You fucking whack-ass bitch. I was just in AC 2 days ago at Ocean Hard Rock and Hard Rock. Didn't see Poker Room at Hard Rock. Did they remove it? I know you're an AC guy. I don't think they have one yet, actually. I haven't heard anything about it. I know Ocean has one. I haven't heard about it yet. I don't think they have one just yet. But Ocean has a pretty nice one. Am I done with AC for the summer? No. I'll go down. I'll be back down in a couple weeks. I came home. I was there for about a month, so it was time to come home. My sister's there. My mother's there. Some of my sister's friends are there, so I had to come home. It was time for me to come home. Jeff was underpaid. Yeah, exactly. It's not like I didn't share 45 fucking units for free, you prick. I'm a sellout. Fuck you. Sit on this, dickhead. Get the fuck out of here. 150 going into the fourth. Yeah, just need, let's keep it rocking. Pittsburgh Brew, give me a winner. Well, happy birthday, man. Yeah, it is your opinion only, Lake Show. Go fucking circle jerk with the rest of your fucking hangout crew. Get the hell out of here. I am blocking your bitch ass. I don't got time for your fucking bullshit. I'm not for the people. I come on these fucking. Let me ask you something, dickhead. I'm on this show right now, doing a show for free, and I'm not for the people. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Seriously, I'm done with that bullshit. I'm done with that. I'm not for the people. All I do is content. You fucking dickhead. You good for nothing motherfucker. How dare you? How fucking dare you, scumbag? But hey, thanks for the view, punk. Fucking nitwit. Get out of here. Clown. They don't have the money. They're a bunch of fucking clowns. None of them have money. They're a bunch of fucking wannabes. All of them are my fucking inbox asking for fucking tips. Now they're all fucking big time sharp bettors. Get the fuck out of here. Clowns. Come at the king, you best not miss. That's what I got to say. I've been in this game longer than a little. Let's see where we're at here with some scores. Feel free to ask any questions you might have. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. I don't care. And we are flying. Let's keep it up, boys. Indiana is crushing the Nets. Bryce, man. The Nets are a bad team, man. I mean, they were bad with their players. They're really bad without them. Pelicans up 3.5, but still that game's obviously very close. We have a money line there. Yeah, I got to get my haircut tonight. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's been a month since I've had a haircut. I usually get a haircut every week. Any chance you and Donnie have the super contest type league for NFL? No. I'm in my own. I have a contest that I'm in. It's a group of Twitter. A lot of people on Twitter. We've all been around for a while. They do a Twitter super contest, but no, we won't have anything. We won't have anything there. As far as Belgium, England, look, I would think thered be goals there. I do have a play on the game. Look, if you followed me, you know what the play is. I mean, it's not difficult. I don't like England. I think they've been overrated this entire tournament. There's a reason that I bet against them, against Croatia. I just don't think they're that good, frankly. It's a third-place game. I think both teams will want to win. I think, obviously, if you get this far, obviously you got to take this thing out of not winning, but you definitely want to kind of win something. Bronze isn't ever the worst thing in the world. I think we'll see goals here, though, and I think Belgium will win. I think both teams will come to play. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, they got to play regardless. The problem is, I'm not. I wouldn't make a play on if you have a total or something. You might want to wait to see if you get a full fit team here, but I would think we'd see a full team here. And even if we don't, I love Belgium's team a lot more than I like England's. So I think with Meunier back for Belgium, that's huge for Belgium. That's big for Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield. I think Belgium will beat England. And England will come home with absolutely nothing. 96-58 here in the basketball games are at 154. So we need 19? We need 20 points in 8 minutes. So that's looking pretty good. Hopefully we can grab a winner there. I would be, on a day like today in Summer League, I would be okay with 2-2, honestly. I'd love 3-1. I'd obviously be adoring 4-0. But I just want to, 3-1 is what I'm shooting for. WSOP comment. It would be legacy if Joe Cata wins this tournament. Listen, if Joe Cata wins this tournament, I mean, that's unreal. I've never seen someone, obviously, some of the greats have done it. Obviously Phil Hellmuth and, some of the guys back in the day did it. But, I mean, to win 2 main events, I don't think it's ever been done. I mean, other than like really early in it. Joe Cata is a phenomenal player. He's a good kid. I mean, I rooted for him back in 2009. That was a great final table. Him and Darvin Moon. Phil Ivey was part of that November 9, if I remember correctly. That was a great final table. Dyer is running well. I mean, he had a great night last night. He was hitting every card. But listen, I mean, when you're playing poker, I think the main thing is obviously when you're at a table and you're winning, you don't want to leave. It's kind of like a betting streak. When you're winning, you stay on it. You keep betting. You keep trying to hit. Will a day off, hurt them? Hurt the kid. I agree. I don't like the waiting 4 months or whatever it is. I like that they're doing it now. I agree with you totally. Yeah, exactly, Brian. We have to remember also the fields are a lot smaller back then. Back in the 90s and 80s. This kid's doing it with 6,000 and 7,000 people in one of the tournaments. By the way, guys, you've heard it here first. I will play in the main event next year. Definitely. I'm definitely going to play. It was cool because a couple friends that I know played in it this year from Philly that I know. My boy Anthony played in it, and he did did okay. I mean, he didn't cash, I don't think, but he did okay. I'm going to play next year, definitely. So, maybe next year you'll see me on TV. We'll see. I think he won it with like 30 people in it, though. You know what I mean? It's like a very small field. And I don't really even pay any mind to that. I mean, winning a 30-player tournament, I mean, you do that easily. I think it's a bucket list item for a lot of people. I'm going to go out and play a couple events. It's obviously in the middle of the summer. I think it'd be cool from the gambling aspect. Hopefully people will root for me. You imagine if I could like cash or like do something in it? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That would be fun. And I definitely would if this would be obviously a bucket list. But if let's say I were to get to the final table, I would literally invite everyone on the shows to come out. I'll pay for as many people as I can, and that would be great, wouldn't it? There's no time to play defense in a third-place game. Yeah, I mean, look, total should get there. The local bar by my house gets 30 people for free games. Yeah, exactly. Great point. Big three tonight. I got to tell you, big three tonight's tough. I do like Tri-State tonight, but I don't know if Rashard Lewis is playing. I got to find out a little bit more info. I know he hobbled off in the last game, and I do like that three-headed monster team. Those are the two best teams in the tournament. And I don't love laying 3.5 in that game. If I'm going to bet it, I might even just take the money line. Power should beat Ghost Ballers pretty easily. Ghost Ballers are a bad team. And look, Power has been pretty good. But the problem is laying numbers in Big Three. It's kind of like Summer League. You don't lay a ton of big numbers. And Power is a team that I kind of like. Other than Tri-State, I think they're a really good team. And Corey Maggette, Katino Mobley, Big Baby Davis, Quentin Richardson, Birdman, Nancy Lieberman's coach. They're a good team. They should be able to beat Ghost Ballers pretty easily. That could be one of those games where it's like 51-36 or something. Ghost Ballers, if you're not familiar, Mike Bibby, Ricky Davis, Carlos Boozer, Marcus Banks. But Mike Bibby's not played, so that really hampers Ghost Ballers. If I had to play this one, which I probably won't, I would go Power. I would lay the 5.5 with Power here. But it's tough laying that many points in Big Three. Three's Company against Ball Hogs. I mean, Ball Hogs are another bad team. It's amazing Rick Barry continues to do Big Three. I mean, it's only the second year, but I mean, Ball Hogs are bad. I mean, they've been bad. They were bad last year. They're bad this year. Brian Scalabrini's on this team. Josh Childress has tried, but it hasn't been easy. Their bench isn't very good. They're just bad. Killer Threes are laying. I think what are they laying here? Or I'm sorry, Threes Company's laying 3.5 here. Another kind of big number to lay in the Big Three. Threes Company's actually the team that. Or no, it's not. That's not Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley's team is. What team is he? Trilogy. He coaches Trilogy. I don't know. It's a tough night for Big Three. The only one that I'd really be looking at would be Tri-State. Do I want to take the points with Trilogy here? I don't know. I'm gonna keep a look at here. I'm gonna go over these a little bit more and see what I want to do. But I don't know. I might just rock with Power or Tri-State tonight, and that's it. What's up, stage name? My thoughts on Sacramento Golden State in Summer League tonight. Listen, Hanzo, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, it's consolation night in the Big Three. So, or not in the Big Three, in the Summer League. So these are all teams that are going to obviously rest players. So you're not going to see all the big boys tonight. So that's kind of hampering on how to handicap this stuff. As far as the Clippers, I actually like the Clippers in this league. The only reason they didn't advance is because they played the Lakers, and the Lakers are probably the best team in this competition. Atlanta Hawks, it'll be interesting to see if Trae Young plays. He didn't play last night, so I don't know, maybe he'll play tonight. If he's out, I think – and John Collins is out as well. So if they're both out, the Clippers should roll in this game. Again, we don't know what these rosters are going to do, but if Trae Young and Collins are, Collins isn't going to be in there. If Trae Young's not in there, I would expect the Clippers to pound the Hawks. They're just not very good without those two. As far as Kings and Warriors, Kings are 1-3 in this tournament. And look, I mean, the Warriors are 1-3 as well. They've had the worst point differential in the league. You could argue that the Warriors are the worst team. I mean, there's not a lot of talent on this team, especially with Jordan Bell out. If we see a young team from the Kings tonight, so if we see, the young guys, we probably won't see Bagley, but if we see the other guys, I think we have, I think we have a pretty good side here with the Kings. I mean, the Warriors are a bad team. They're probably the worst team in this tournament, especially without Jordan Bell. So if I had to play it, I would wait on lineups, but I'd imagine we're not going to see Trae Young, so I would probably go Clippers. As far as the other game, I would lean Kings. I mean, you look at the Kings. I mean, Zach August has played pretty well for them. Harry Giles, we won't see him, obviously. Frank Mason's done a nice job. They've had some guys step up. So, Nigel Hayes is on that team. Matt Jones from Duke. I think we could see the Kings take it to a Golden State if we see some of the young guys. We have to check the lineups, obviously, and by looking at most of these games, you're not seeing some of these big boys in there. What else do we have here? I'm still dumbfounded on how Belgium didn't score against France. Yeah, it's a tough one. Settle down, Gerard. Juventus to win Champions League could be a chip, or it could be a future. Yeah, I've already bet it. I have it at 9-1. I also take Liverpool. Liverpool added Jordan Shaqiri today, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. If you know me, I love Jordan Shaqiri. I love Liverpool, so I'm excited about that. It's a nice little move for Klopp. For me, it's Liverpool, it's Juventus. Those are the two teams I'm looking at. I don't think they will, Longbow. I don't think Dybala will work. I think they're going to get rid of Dybala, but we'll see. I mean, it could be fun with those two up front. Will they keep him? I don't know. I've heard they're looking to shop him around. We'll see. Exactly. They need to get a defender. Go get Godin, for Christ's sakes. Is there a way your Juve boys don't win Serie A? I mean, they've won it 7 straight times. So I don't see any particular way that they don't. That might be one of the better bets out there. Just put your whole bankroll on Juventus to win Serie A. I mean, they've won it 7 years in a row. So, I mean, you're going to have to wait for your money for a while, but, you know. What are my thoughts on Man City? I like them. I mean, I think they'll be right up there again in the Premier League this year. You know, I think defensively they're good. They brought in Benjamin Mendy. They brought in Kyle Walker last year. John Stones, when healthy, I think is a very good defender for them. Obviously, they have a veteran in Vincent Kompany. They have De Bruyne, who's one of the better midfielders in the world. You know, Leroy Sané is fit, didn't play in the World Cup, so he'll be ready to go. I think Leroy Sané is going to be a big-time player this year. He's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Bernardo Silva's back. Raheem Sterling had a good World Cup. He's back. I don't know what there's not to like. Gabriel Jesus, Aguero's still there. Look, I think it's a battle between Liverpool and City again, and I think Arsenal's improved. I really like what Arsenal's done. I know a lot of people will laugh and say Arsenal's not going to win anything, but you got to look at Arsenal and not be excited about this team. I mean, they just brought in Lucas Torreira. They made a change in goal, bringing in Leno from Mönchengladbach. You still have Ospina in goal. You look at this defense; they've really improved in defense. I mean, you're not going to see Callum Chambers and Rob Holding anymore. You also all of a sudden have a pretty good defense. Koscielny, the kid from Greece, Lichtsteiner, you brought him in Stefan Lichtsteiner is one of the better defenders. I know he's getting older, but he's still a very good defender, as we saw in the World Cup. Hector Bellerin, I think with more competent defenders beside him, I think will be a fine defender. You still have Kolasinac as well, Shkodran Mustafi coming off the bench. It's a good defense all of a sudden. They've really fortified their back end. Look at their midfielders. Brought in Mkhitaryan last year. He didn't play in the World Cup. He's going to be ready to go. Aaron Ramsey didn't play in the World Cup. He's going to be ready to go. Torreira is huge bringing him in. Mesut Ozil had his shine. I think Xhaka, with more players around him, will be able to shine with a new coach. I thought Arsene Wenger really hurt Granit Xhaka. He's back. And then you look up front. I mean, Lacazette's just a goal scorer. Iwobi, okay, World Cup. Aubameyang didn't play in the World Cup. You know, Gabon's not making it. It's a pretty good side. I think they're a good team. I think they're going to be in the top 4 this year. I like what they've done. You know, problem is they don't ever want to spend a ton of money. And that's a good point also. You know, Man City just went out and got Riyad Mahrez as well from Leicester City. A lot of good sides here. By the way, we want to congratulate everyone. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Nets Pacers come in. We start out 1-0 tonight. An easy winner on the Nets and Pacers. That's what I'm talking about, boys. We got 3 pending. Hopefully we can get 2 more at least, if not 3 more. So we'll rock with that. And congratulations if you tailed. So let me put that out here on Twitter. Rolling in Summer League. Rolling. Keep rolling. What else do we have here? Comments. A lot of comments coming in on football here. A lot of comments. I missed Big Men going in on dudes in the chat. You missed it. I went in on someone earlier. Isn't Klopp just a transfer guru? Settle down, Lawrence. Your thoughts on Man City? Yeah, thanks to the Nets over. No problem. Wow, local limits. Only limits $50 wagers on Summer League. Damn, that sucks. We'll make sure you're at least betting that amount. Yeah, listen, no one's beaten Juventus. Settle down, Giorgio. I know you're a Paisan, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Juve to win it at only 175. Yeah, listen, I mean, it's a lock. The problem is you got to let it sit there for months on end. But if you have the bankroll, it would definitely be a bet for me. I'll bet it. Sane was great last year. He was very great, very good last year. Do I see a dark horse that can qualify for Europa League? Yeah, I do. Stage name Wolves, Wolverhampton. I'm very high on Wolves this year, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, Most people don't know a ton about Wolverhampton Wanderers because, let's be real, they haven't been up for a while. They haven't been in the Premier League. They've been down in the Championship and down in the lower leagues, and no one's needed to know anything about Wolves. But here's what you need to know about Wolves. They're owned by a company called Fosun International. They have a ton of money behind them, and they have went out and bought big-time players. They have a connection to a high-level super agent out in Europe. He's brought in some really big-time players with this side. Ruben Neves is a great option. I mean, Ruben Neves is a big-time signing. He goes and plays at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, that's huge. He was at Porto for a long time and did really well. You bring him in, I mean, this is a Champions League football kind of player. And now you got Premier League, aspirations. I'm not sure that they're done signing players. I like Wolves. I think they're a team that can surely finish in the top 10. And I actually took them at a huge price to win the Premier League. They're not going to do it, but I was getting such a huge price that I took it. I think Wolves can be a really solid side this year. The Premier League's not good. I mean, other than like the top 6 or 7, I mean, you kind of cut it off with Everton. There's 7 sides that can win the Premier League. Can Wolves get their name in there? Yeah, I think they can. I mean, Burnley's not going to be good this year. You can throw them out. Leicester City, they've kind of fallen off. I would get on Wolves if I were you. I think they're a pretty solid side. I really like Wolves. And the good thing about Wolves is they have the money and they'll go out and sign people. They want to be relevant in the Premier League. They want to stay up, and they're going to stay up. And don't think that they're just going to sit around. They'll go out and sign more players. They have that super agent. That super agent they have, when you have a guy just funneling you players, that's a nice connection to have. Arsenal wants Rebic. You give me Rebic, I love my future on Arsenal. By the way, I have a future on Arsenal, 29-1. Rebic had a great World Cup. Great World Cup. Fast as well. How are the Knicks doing? The Knicks are, last time I saw, were winning. I'm sure it's going to be back and forth, though. Knicks are up 6. Great. Let's keep that going. Hopefully they keep it going. But yeah, to answer your question, stage name, for me, it'd be Wolves. Georgia saying West Ham. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, Pellegrini, a good coach. You brought in Jack Wilshere. You have Lanzini there. Antonio's still there. I mean, defensively, though, is the problem. I mean, they gave up goals like crazy. Some pundits on Sky said the same thing. Yeah, I like Wolves. They beat Man City last year in FA Cup. What else do we have here? Do I cap WNBA? No. The pundits are high on Wolves. They were outstanding. Yeah, exactly. I think they beat them, if I can remember correctly. I mean, I'm very excited for Premier League. It's going to be fun. I'll be doing a show soon with SBR on some Premier League futures and where we're going, because Premier League is getting close. I mean, we only have about a month. Let me see when the fixtures start here. It's interesting, actually. Arsenal Football Club has a friendly tomorrow against Boreham Wood Football Club. So, then they go and play some of their Champion Cups matches, have some friendlies. The season gets started, guys, in less than a month. Premier League. You got Arsenal, Man City on Sunday the 12th at the Emirates. Oh, yeah. How about that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I can't wait. I'm pumped. There's nothing better than English football. Nothing. I can't wait. Any thoughts on Wizards Mavs? I would probably go Mavs there. The Wizards are another bad summer league team. I got to see though. Let me see something here. Hold on 1 second here. I want to see what the story is with some of the Dallas players. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I mean the problem is, man. I mean, like, there's no real. I don't know who's going to play for Dallas. I kind of like what these other teams have as far as who they can trot out there. I don't know. I don't really have a big feel. Maybe over. Both these teams are pretty poor defensively. Not a huge feel in it though. We haven't even seen Doncic play, which sucks. Yeah, that's huge. I can't wait for that. But all right, guys, I'll stay on for about 5 more minutes. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to throw them out there right now. But as far as I mean, it's so interesting as far as where we're going with teams. What teams are. Chelsea just fired Conte yesterday, which I think they had to do. Very close to the season. You would hope they would have did that a little bit sooner. You would think Chelsea comes back and has a better season. They were very hard to watch last year. I mean, really hard to watch. I mean, just so boring at times. But they bring back N'Golo Kante, who has shown what a player he is. Obviously, Eden Hazard had a great World Cup. I can't get past Morata. I can't do it. Giroud, I'm not into it. I need something more from them. Let's see who they get for a manager. That would be obviously big. I haven't really seen much about where they're. Wait, that's right. They brought in the Italian guy. That's right. I forgot about that. Sorry from Napoli. That's right. I forgot about that. So they go from one Italian to another. Conte to Sarri. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Sarri, an interesting character. I know. I remember he got into an argument with Mancini a couple years ago. He said some homophobic stuff, which obviously has no place in football. So he's an interesting character, kind of like Conte is. Do books offer to qualify for Europa? I don't think they do. I would just say they qualify for top 6 or something. My big 3 official play, I haven't put anything out yet. I would follow my Twitter. Settle down, Wander. Let's not worry about it. Let's just let it play out. Basketball's a game of runs. My top 4, I'll go City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur. Exactly, Wander. Yes, exactly. Am I on the Yankees? Yes. I like the Yankees. I like Cubs over, and I'll probably have a small play on the Tigers first 5. What else do we have here? So Tri-State I like. I haven't necessarily bet it yet. I'm thinking about just betting the money line. I want to see what Rashard Lewis's status is. Thanks, Francisco. Take it easy, man. What's up, Rude Boy? Rude Boy. How have the books been in New Jersey and Delaware? No, I don't think I would go. I don't need to go to the Meadowlands. I could just go to Delaware Park. I'll be at Delaware Park Monday. If my Croatia future hits, I'll be at Delaware Park on Monday. It's been fine. I mean, it is what it is. The ticket writers have been poor, but they'll improve. It's a place to bet. They have to improve, and they will by football season. So I'm not too worried about it. They'll get it going. Look, I bet regardless. I don't need to be at the shore to bet. So I'm actually heading over to my book right after I'm done with the show here to put some bets in. So, yeah. So that'll be it. Everyone have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. We'll maybe do a show over the weekend. I will be on SBR tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Do I have a runner-up future on Croatia? No, I'm not hedging. I'm just going to stay on it. I'm just going to rock with it. Big man, when is PA going to legalize gambling? I like the poppy stores, Lucky. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, when you win, it's tough to get paid, but I like it. I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to pay for it. You got to pay like $10 million to get it, and you got to pay a high tax rate. So I don't know. I would hope in the next year or two. Andy Rosa enjoyed that steak the other day and caught some dessert from across the street. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Andy. Good stuff. I sent Andy to Phillips on Passyunk Avenue. I'm sure they enjoyed having you. Yes, Phillips is among the best in the city. The best steaks in the city are Phillips, Argan Steaks, John's Roast Pork, and as far as hoagies are concerned, we have a different opinion. But yes, Phillips is number one on Passyunk Avenue. Glad to hear you enjoyed it. All right, guys. Everyone have a great night. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss another show when I have one. Hopefully you have a great Friday evening. I'm going to get my hair cut, which I can't wait for. I'll be on tonight with Gabriel Morency around 11 o'clock on Sports Rage on the SBR channel. Make sure you check that out. Knicks up 12. Let's keep it going, boys. Come on, Knicks. Don't falter now. Don't fail me now, Nickies. Let's go, Knicks. Settle down, rude boy. Rude boy. Settle down, rude boy. Lucky likes Max's. And Max's is up on Broad and Erie, though. Sometimes I don't feel like going up to Erie Avenue. But the time has come for me to move on. Everyone have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.